The low-pressure area monitored west of Babuyan Islands has developed into Tropical Depression Emong, while Dante intensifies into a tropical storm. Based on Pag-asa's 11 a.m. bulletin on Wednesday, July 23, the center of the eye of Tropical Depression Emong was last spotted 115 kilometers west-northwest of Laoag City, Ilocos Norte. Emong carries maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 55 kilometers per hour. Emong is moving west-southwestward at 35 kilometers per hour. Signal number 1 is raised in some parts of Luzon, including Ilocos Norte, the western portion of Ilocos Sur, the northwestern portion of La Union, and the western portion of Pangasinan. Minimal to minor impacts from strong winds are possible within the areas under signal number 1. According to Pag-asa, Emong is forecast to move generally southwestward on Wednesday before looping over the West Philippine Sea on Thursday, July 24, due to its interaction with Tropical Storm Dante. Afterwards, Pag-asa says it will move generally northeastward while accelerating and pass close to Ilocos Region, Babuyan Islands, and Batanes. Meanwhile, Pag-asa also reports that Dante strengthened into a tropical storm. Pag-asa reports that Dante is forecast to move generally northwestward over the Philippine Sea for the next 24 hours and move towards the Ryukyu Islands and then East China Sea. Dante was last spotted at 900 kilometers east of extreme northern Luzon. It carries maximum sustained winds of 65 kilometers per hour near the center and gustiness of up to 80 kilometers per hour. Dante is moving north-northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour. Dante may exit the Philippine area of responsibility on Thursday afternoon or evening, July 24. The death toll from the combined effects of the southwest monsoon, also known as habagat, and severe tropical storm Crising has risen to 7. Based on the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council's 8 a.m. situational report on Wednesday, July 23, the agency says the newly reported fatality was recorded in Metro Manila. The NDRRMC previously reported 3 deaths in northern Mindanao and 1 each in the Davao Region, Caraga Region, and Mimaropa. Of the 7 reported deaths, the NDRRMC says only 2 have been validated so far. Meanwhile, the agency also reported that 8 people remain missing while 7 are injured. According to the NDRRMC, more than 1,400,000 individuals or over 400,000 families have been affected by the recent weather disturbances. According to Pag-asa, heavy rain is expected to persist across most parts of the country on Wednesday, including Metro Manila due to the southwest monsoon. The Philippines got the short end of the stick in trade negotiations with the United States after the tariff on America-bound products was lowered to only 19% from 20%, while Manila is set to offer 0 tariffs on U.S. products entering the country. The new rate is still higher than the initial 17% announced in April. In a briefing with reporters at the Blair House on Tuesday, July 22, President Marcos explained that while the 1 percentage point reduction might supposedly seem like a very small concession, the president said it was still a significant achievement. In turn, however, United States President Donald Trump said the Philippines offered an open market to the United States and 0 tariffs on certain goods. President Marcos confirmed that Manila opened the automobiles market, which means it would no longer charge tariffs on U.S. imports in this sector. President Marcos added that there would be increased importations of soy, wheat, and pharmaceutical products from the United States. However, President Marcos did not clarify if these sectors will also get 0 tariffs. When asked whether he thinks this is a loss on the part of the Philippines, Marcos said,
"Well, that's how negotiations go. We came here, when we arrived in Washington, tariff rates were 20. So why they came up from 17 to 20 is an internal matter with the United States government. So what the number that we have to work with was 20. So we tried very hard to see what we can do. And we managed a 1% increase in that."
Department of the Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla defends his agency's online messaging style on class and work suspensions, saying that he had no ill intentions. In one of its social media posts on Tuesday, July 22, the DILG wrote that it had dozed off for a bit after being too full from a good meal, before listing areas where classes and government work were suspended for Wednesday, July 23. Netizens criticized the DILG's casual tone, calling it inappropriate amid the onslaught of the southwest monsoon or habagat. In an interview with DZMM on Wednesday morning, Remulla says he just used his messaging style during his time as governor of Cavite. Remulla adds he has no intention to offend anyone. Remulla then apologizes to people who found his way of messaging as inappropriate. Remulla then says he's not cursing nor he is belittling anyone and explains that he just practices the way people speak in Cavite. According to the Presidential Communications Office, the DILG chief was given the authority to announce class suspensions on behalf of the cabinet in the palace as of Monday, July 21.